Hi everyone, my name is Kathy and welcome to my channel. I'm here to share with you lessons that I've learned, and today I'm here to share with you my lessons on my first fitness competition. You think I'm going to talk about how since then my health has been perfect. I never worry about what I eat or how much I weigh. That's totally the opposite story, and I've learned a couple lessons through all that struggle, and that's what I'm here to share with you today. It was 10 years ago, so this is a picture from May 10th, 2010, and I was placed third on the IDFA fitness competition bikini class short, and that's where I got this guy. Anyways, had to pull him out of storage. I trained for 4 months, 6 days a week, doing heavy weights and had a grueling diet plan. And I was very strict with myself on what I can and cannot eat. And so that meant a whole lifestyle change of going out drinking, partying with friends, late nights, and really just having home cooked meals and getting to, full sleep and training at the gym. And really the competition meant I had to put myself first, because I have this, growing up I had this need, and I still do, need for approval, need to fit in, need to belong, and I just wanted to be a part of the group, and that also meant food, so eating and sharing the same food. So when I had my own separate food, I felt like I was an outcast, or like the special needs kids at lunch when they said, okay, we're ordering pizza and a salad for Kathy. And with that, I had to see that, yes, even though we're all eating together and I'm eating something else, I'm still accepted. And if I feel like I'm rejecting myself, or if I feel like I'm isolating myself or separating myself, and that's just my own doing. And just because I eat something different doesn't mean that I'm not a part of the group. And this also came to alcohol, because I still love drinking, going to parties, and I still enjoy drinking, but not to the level as I did before. And being early 20s, I'm like, yes, this is so much fun, and everyone else is drinking, yes, more shots, more drinks. And I had to take a step back and see, okay, can I still party without drinking? It wasn't quite the same, but then I had to really put myself first again and see that this is important to me, my health is important to me, and really allow myself to take care of myself and still have fun with people, but I didn't have to drink in excessive amounts. So that was a really big one. And now I minimize my drinking. I drink maybe a couple times a year, and that's my own personal choice. Everyone has their own freedom to choose whatever they choose. It was a shift to see that people were always supporting me, and they always included me regardless of what I ate or what I drank. But at the time I felt like I needed to drink like everybody else and eat like everybody else to feel like I belong. Yeah, so growing up, all I heard was 6 meals a day, have lean protein. I would eat protein bars, drink a bunch of protein milk, order those big tubs of whey protein with those shaker bottles, and that's what I was used to. And I never really questioned it. During the competition, you're on a set plan of food. That's pretty strict, and it's hard to deviate from. And then after the competition, ideally you should have a post-competition meal plan to kind of ease you back into regular life. However, I didn't have one, and I remember just opening up my fridge, and I'm like, what do I eat? And I had in my mind all these ideas of this is good for you, this is bad for you, this is pesticides, whichever. So all I ate that day was lettuce and apples, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of messed up. I need to know how to have quality food and not be on a competition plan. And the more research I did, it felt like the more I know, the more I don't know, because there's vegetarianism, veganism, alkaline diets, glycemic diets, gluten-free diets, whichever. I'm like, okay, this is too complicated, because I would get all stressed out at a restaurant looking at a menu, because I'm like, there's too many things on here, what's good for you? And I wouldn't even know what to order, and it would be such a head game for me trying to figure out something to order. So I knew I had to figure out another way to eat, and the more information I knew, it really didn't make that much of a difference, to be honest, because at the end of the day, I just kind of ate what I felt like, and then if I had any judgment around it, I just have extra guilt, and it was just this cycle of guilt eating. So post-competition, I was one extreme to the other, where one day I'd be having fresh chicken and just vegetables, and then the next day I'm going to A&W and having 3 teen burgers, and I was just like, okay, this is too messed up, because again, very critical of myself. One extreme of okay, Kathy, you're doing so good. Next, I'm like, oh, I hate rules, I'm gonna bust them all, right? And at the end of the day, it just left me feeling shitty about myself just feeling down on myself, and it didn't help anyone, okay? So, yeah, one extreme to the other. So, anyways, I had to figure out another way to eat. And after trying out different diets, I was like too much in my head. And I was like, okay, I gotta stop, because if I overanalyze everything, it's just gonna give me a headache. So what I started doing is listening to how I felt when I eat. And I would eat certain foods. Would I be reactive? If I ate late, or if I had alcohol, like how would I feel the next day? And really tuning into myself rather than trying to read all this information and see like, hey, what's good, what's bad for you, and really just listening to myself. And this was a huge transition, because it took me like 2 or 3 years to just fully relax and like eat cake and be like, not have guilt around that. And really, if I had any guilt around food, I would just let it go. There's no point in beating up myself over it and letting go of that judgmental self. Okay, my weight. Man. Girls, you never ask a girl's age and weight, hey? So I don't know if I want to share that either. Anyways, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because it's just a number. And I used to wake up every morning and check the scale, and what my weight was used to set the foundation for my day. So if I was happy with the number, I'm like, great, today's awesome. Or if I feel down about the number, I'm like, would say, oh, I'm such a terrible person, and I'd make myself work out more, and like I have guilt around having snacks at work. Or even if I go to the gym and I check the scale before I start working out, I'm like, oh, this is such a big number. Then I would like run extra harder to like almost punish myself for being a number I didn't like. And I just told myself, stop checking the scale. And it was just mentally like draining to continuously be in the cycle of like, yay, I did great. No, just based on a number. I'm like, this isn't the thing that should set the trajectory for my day. And I was like, I'm not gonna look at the scale for pretty much like 6 months or a year. I'm like, I don't care, just leave it. Okay. I'm like, some days I ate more, some days I ate less, but whatever. And I just started focusing on other things in my life and just really not putting so much mental focus onto my weight. And I still took care of myself and exercised, but I wasn't so attached to that number on the scale. Why I was so attached to it was because I felt like my value as a person was associated to my weight. Like, oh, I'm a better person because I weigh this number, or I'm a worse person because I weigh this number. And either way, it doesn't matter, right? Like my value as a person is not tied to my weight. And I had to let go of that judgment. And I had to start appreciating my body for what it can do. So I'm like, okay, I feel good today, had a good sleep. I'm just focusing on the good qualities within myself, or what I can do, or the activities that I'm enjoying. That has so much more value than a number on a scale. So with that, I also let go of the judgment of, hey, oh, I ate too much this week, I'm gonna work out more. And also that's like this negative cycle I was in of punishment and reward. Like, oh, like I worked out too much. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna eat this cake. I'm like, and after I ate the cake, I'm like, okay, oh, I feel so awful, I'm gonna go work out. And there was always this guilt. There's always this guilt, and that's my cat Turtle. And it took away from the enjoyment of exercise, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I want to enjoy exercise. I want to listen to music. I want to have fun. I want to be able to just get into the zone without punishing myself, right? And eventually, on the days where I did like punish myself by working out, I would eventually get into the zone, but that 20 minutes at the beginning where I'm just like, oh, why am I doing this? I ate so much bad food. Like that was just a negative cycle that I wanted to end and I needed to end. So that was really powerful for me to be like, hey, I just want to enjoy life, right? And that actually brings me to my next point. So exercising itself, I don't think it's the end goal. Like ultimately your health is a tool that you use to elevate your life. So it's almost like a vehicle for your life. And if you're able to better take care of your body and your health, you'll just have more energy for what you want to accomplish, or like the energy that you have for your relationships, the energy you have for your work, your clarity, your mental clarity. Like that goes so much further than like, okay, I did 45 minutes, but it's not just the 45 minutes on the treadmill, it's the energy that you're able to bring into your life after you work out. And ideally, if you can integrate like your health and your lifestyle together, that's so powerful. What I mean by that is, before, I used to go to the gym every single day. After work, I would put on my headphones and go onto a bike and just like read my book. I wouldn't talk to anyone, okay, or just like do weights, and really, I wasn't really open to talking to people. However, a couple of years ago, my friend Clarissa, she started a stairs group, and on Saturday mornings we would go work out. And that was so much fun, and that changed the way I saw working out. I was like, oh, you can have like community, you can have friends, and you can work out together. They don't have to be separate, because before I'll say like, I'm gonna go work out first and then go see my friends. I'm like, well, why don't I work out with my friends together? I know this might sound common or regular, but it was kind of foreign to me. I was never really into sports or had sports teams, so I didn't really know what like teamwork was like. I just kind of tried to like fumble along and do everything on my own, and obviously it didn't work out for me, so this is why I'm making this video, to share this lesson with you, okay? But yeah, that was so powerful to have a friends group like that, and you exercise, you hang out, and you just build such a great community. And that's what I love about like integrating parts of your life and health together. And another way I did that was, about 5 years ago, I didn't have a vehicle, so I started like biking everywhere, or like walking everywhere. And when I bike somewhere, my energy was like next level, and I just like loved biking so much. And this is where I was able to combine my transportation and my exercise into one, so I didn't have to make it two separate entities. And when I arrived to hang out with friends or meet up with people, I was already like in the zone. I was already happy. I was already like high on like all the music and all the life that I kind of explored. But yeah, I really love that about looking at ways to integrate like your health and your life together, so then you can really you can be more effective. So you can be more effective with your time. And I guess I'm going to share the last lesson, which I don't really share with many people. My last lesson is honestly probably a lifelong one, and it started on the day of my fitness competition. And that was when I was backstage after the award ceremony, celebrating with my friends, and I heard a quiet whisper, which totally shocked me, and I did not know what to think about it. And the quiet voice, it said to me, why don't I have a boyfriend yet? I'm like, why would I even think this? So I quickly brushed it off, and I was like, okay, continue hanging out and celebrating with friends. And at the time I wasn't in a relationship, so I didn't even know why I would have that thought. However, that thought lingered with me, and over the next couple of months I started questioning, why would I have a thought like that? And I realized, as a child, I used to be at the grocery store and remember looking at the magazines, especially the fitness ones, and I would see these girls so happy, so toned, so fit, and I was like, these girls must have the perfect life. They must have a boyfriend who loves them. They must have a great job and just be so completely fulfilled. And a part of me took that belief in and believed it to be true. And I thought, if I look like this, I must have the perfect life. And I didn't realize that until after the competition. I feel like that was one underlying motivation on to why I wanted to do a fitness competition, was because I felt like if I looked a certain way, then I'd be happy. However, I realized that's not the reality, and that's partly why I'm creating this channel, so then I can identify the lessons and the beliefs that I've obtained over the years and kind of just like break them down and kind of see what experiences I've had through them. On one side, I was like, I looked happy, and I thought, I was like, I made it, I have everything I want and I need. And the other side felt like this emptiness of like, hey, I achieved this goal to get something else, but it's not here. So, and that's where my personal development journey started, like gaining a little bit of attraction to see like, what other beliefs do I have, or what else do I believe about happiness and about life. And yeah, and I feel like we're on this continuing journey to like unravel layers of who we are. So I'm glad to share this story with you, and I hope you took some lessons from this and really just appreciate your health, your life, wherever you are, and appreciate your friends and your community, and they'll help you so much further. And I'm so grateful for the people I've been able to meet who have helped me along my way to really get me out of my head and kind of see my beliefs in a different way. So thank you very much for joining me today. Much love, and until next time, bye. Hey guys, I got a microphone. Doesn't that look fancy? So I would have like the good week and then like the cheat day. And the cheat day would be like, I'm just overcompensating, eating more than I really need to. And I was like, this is an unhealthy balance, right? Man, there's so much more to life.